Good morning to all. I welcome you all to my class. Today's session, we are going to discuss Bezier surface and B-spline surfaces. So it's just an extension of a Bezier curve and B-spline curve in two dimension, U and V directions, so that a surface can be created. Now let us see, it is a small patch made with a Bezier surface. So this surface, if you say take, this is a Bezier curve controlled by 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 control points, and it is a Bezier curve only actually. This boundary is a Bezier curve, this is also a Bezier curve, this is Bezier curve, and this is also a Bezier curve. Okay, so these are all the Bezier curves. Now this is u equivalent to that of x-axis, you can say, in universal coordinate system. In local coordinate system, this is u, this is v, equivalent to y-axis. Okay, if you consider this curve, Bezier curve, where v will be 0, equation for x-axis is y is equal to 0. Similarly, this is v is equal to 0. At this surface, at this boundary, v is equal to 1. At this boundary, this curve has the value u is equal to 0. Here u is equal to 1. If you look at this is actually a small patch made of Bezier curve. This is a Bezier surface, a smaller batch is made. Okay, so order set of control points. If you say 1, 2, 3, 4, these are all the control points influencing the shape of this boundary. Similarly, various control points we can have so that we can change the shape of the curve and hence the surface. The previously what we have seen is the Bezier curve, where number of control points decides the order of the curve. In this case, if you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 control points are influencing this particular boundary. In this case, its order will be 3, third order curve. Okay, so curve is a one-dimensional entity, whereas surface is a two-dimensional entity. So that here u value will be 0. So this will be varying like this. This will be varying like this. Okay, u is varying along this. Here v will be 0 along this line, but it is to be varying like this. Okay, and similarly here v also likewise, and this also. So here Bezier curve varies value u value from 0 to 1. In case of surface, there will be two parameters, the coordinate value of x and y expressed in terms of u and v. U is varying from 0 to 1 and v is varying from 0 to 1. That is the principle by which we can generate the Bezier surface. So if you read it here, an orderly set of data or control points used to build a topologically rectangular surface as shown in the figure. Actually, this is known as a batch, a smaller size, smaller mathematical element which is used to build the surface. Okay. Now it's just a recap of Bezier curve. This one we have already seen. This is P0, P1, P2, P3, totally 4 control points. Its order of the curve is going to be 3. Okay, so this point, any point on this curve is expressed by this expression. While we are doing a derivation, I have given the variable t. In this case, I am using u. Okay, P of u is defined any point on the curve, any point on this particular Bezier curve, which is given by P suffix I. This is the coordinate of the control point. Say P0, P1, P2 or P3. This is referring to control point. If you look at BINU is a Bernstein polynomial. It's a Bernstein polynomial. This is also we have seen. Bernstein polynomial is expressed n choose I u to the power I 1 minus u to the power n minus I. So while we are discussing Bezier curve, I have used the variable t. Here I am using u. Okay, better always use u, single variable, which will be along the direction of x in case of world coordinate system. In Local coordinate system, you can say that it is u, which will be in the direction of x. Okay, this is Bernstein polynomial. This is also we have studied well in advance. So this is the expression, one dimensional curve which is expressed in terms of this expression p of u, okay, is given by control point Bernstein coefficient I is equal to 0 to n, where n can vary from any value. If it is third order, you can say this is 3, n is equal to 3. Since I is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, there will be totally 4 points, the order will be 3. The same point is expressed, the same principle of a curve is extended to the surface. If you look at this expression, the same expression, it is written here. The previous slide, what is written? It is p suffix I in only one dimension. This is the point pi, okay, whereas here it is the point in two directions along u and v we are supposed to find out. Therefore pij, it is indexed as pij. P suffix in u, variation of Bernstein function along u. This is variation of Bernstein function along v. Okay, so it is the summation of j varies from 0 to m, where m is a whole number. It can be 3 or 4 depending on the situation. If it is a third order equation, m will be 3. If it is fourth order equation, m will be 4. You will have totally 5 points. How? J is equal to 0 to 4. 0 to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 points you will have. The order of the curve is going to be 4. Okay, it's a whole number. Similarly, I can vary from 0 to n. 0 to n. Okay, so this is the expression for Bezier surface. As usual, the parameter u and v can take value between 0 to 1. U is varying from 0 to 1, v is varying from 0 to 1. It is just an extended version of Bezier surface in two dimension, in u direction and v direction. So that is what the expression is. Okay, the points, number of points, if you can say, if m is equal to 4, you will have totally 5 control points, because the 0 has to be taken care. Similarly here, if n is equal to 4, total number of control points going to be n plus 1. Okay, that is why written here. The points are arranged m plus 1 cross m plus 1, n plus 1 plus m plus 1, because it begins, indexing begins with 0. Okay, this expression you are supposed to remember is very simple only. We know what is Bernstein function. We know this is the control point in u and v direction. Now this can be expressed. How it can be expressed? Like this. I am keeping this value as constant. This summation I am keeping it as such. Summation I is equal to 0 to n. I am taking it constant. This one is constant. Now I am varying j value from 0 to m. Is it clear? Varying j value from 0 to m. This summation will be there. At the same time, bin, this Bernstein function is going to be a constant, because we don't find any indexing of j. No j is found, therefore it is taken out as a variable. Binu is a variable, it is taken out. Now these two values, Pij, Bernstein function, it is indexed by j, m is the value along v direction. Okay, this is constant. Now you substitute j as a variable, j as I as a variable as such, substitute j value. So the first iteration, what happens? Pi0, because j value will be 0 initially, Pi0. So it is appearing here, Pi0. Now in this expression, b 0m, 0m, v, same expression. Okay, so the second term will be Pi, j will take value 1. Here j will take value 1. M remains same. So this term appears. Likewise, if you go, the maximum value of j will be m. Therefore, here m will come. This is the m. Pim, j value is m. Likewise. So this is expanded. The j is expanded from 0 to m, this expression. What is next? You can include, you can vary I is equal to 0 to n. You look at this expression as such. Here, wherever you find I, substitute I value as 0. This is equal to the same expression repeated here. In place of I am substituting 0. P, B, 0, N. This is the constant value. I take it out. Here I will be 0. So this is appearing 0. Wherever find I, substitute 0. Here it is 0. Similarly, here 0. This value remains same. Next iteration, what happens? Once it is expanded, I value will become 1. Now, here B 1N, here 10, here 11, here 1M, the same expression till it up to I is equal to N. You can say P N, P N0, P N1 likewise. So this summation, the actually two summation, one is along U direction, another one is along V direction. Both are expanded. Expanded form is like this. It is a very simple expression. It is written like this. Why we are writing it? We are just depending on the question, we are supposed to explain what is happening here. So for Bezier surface and B-spline surfaces, I will give you reading material in the LMS. You just read it so that you can write the question without any difficulty. No other reading material is required. Okay. Now, what you have seen the previously in this expression 7.4.9, this expression, it is represented geometrically like this. It is geometrical representation of the topology of the Bezier curve. If you look at these two and these two will be tangent to the surfaces. Okay, so the characteristic of Bezier curve are very similar to that of the Bezier curve. Okay, if you substitute U value and V value, the surface is tangent to the corner segment of the central polygon. Okay, the surface is tangent to the corner segment. If you say this particular surface will be tangent to this, or if you connect this, this will be a tangent. This will be a tangent. Okay, corner edge is going to be a tangent to this surface. So this tangent, how to calculate? Some explanation is given over here. If you look at V is equal to 0, which edge? This edge, V is equal to 0 actually. Okay, how to find out the slope? If you see this one, P10 minus P00. You just beautifully, the naming is given P00, U value 0, V value 0. Here, when you are moving from this to that, what happens? Y is increasing. If you look at here, Y is increasing. Sorry, U is increasing. 10, 20, 30. Y is varying along this. I mean, U is varying. If you move along this, ULV remains same. V will be increasing. V will be 01, 02, 03, 04. So V is increasing. Okay, so the naming has got its own meaning. It is written as per the expression. It is not arbitrarily written. It is according to the previous expansion, it is written. Okay, now let us come to the tangent vector along this. So this particular will be tangent actually. This will be the tangent. P10 minus P00. Since it is moving along U direction, N will be multiplied. N. This will be, N will be multiplied. N times P10 minus P00. It is an expression, very standard expression representing tangent or slope, you can say. Slope. Okay, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, something like that. So the end point minus initial point, depending on the n, you can find out this value, this expression. If I want to generalize this expression, PU will be there. This 0 is as such, I am substituting n. Because when I am moving along U direction, I am varying n only. N is increasing. Okay. Along U direction, n alone increasing. Here 0, here 1, here 2, here 3. Okay. Therefore, if I am generalizing this term, n, what happens? If I substitute this value as n, this first value as n, this will be n minus 1. That is why it is written. It is a generalized expression. Similarly, for this particular edge or this particular boundary where V is equal to 1, this particular edge, what happens? P14 minus P04, this one. This value will be the expression. So it is generally written as in terms of m. Actually, this is a m. this is m, this is m, this is m. So that generalized expression they have written straight away. Otherwise, it would have been written very similar to this expression, P14 minus P04. This itself generalized expression along, this is variation along u, n will be varying, therefore this will be the n value, P1m 4, the m is a constant value, the extreme boundary, therefore the 4 instead of 4 they have written m, 1m minus 0 m. M will be 4 in this case. So again they are generalizing this expression UNM, it is going to be here n, here in place of 0 n minus 1. Likewise this edge it is written where u is equal to 0, tangent their explanation. So how to find out tangent? Okay, there may be a part A question or part B question. Sometimes you are supposed to write. Okay, in your end semester people will not ask specifically, but during this pandemic situation we will be conducting online exam. If I conduct multiple choice, there may be a question from this kind of picture. Okay, so u is equal to 0, what happens along this? In this case, if you look at end point minus initial point, P01 minus P00, this one. Along this V, actually m is the varying, m is, it is varying up to m, therefore I am putting m over here. Okay, if I am generalizing this PV0m, it is expressed as, here I am substituting m, here m minus 1. It's a generalized expression. Likewise, u is equal to 1, I have to consider this one, this one. Okay, so along this, what happens? This value remains same, n will be same. See, 3, 3, 3, 3. Therefore, n is written here, n1 minus n0. n1 minus n0. These are all the tangent vector, expression of tangent vector. Again, nm, generalized expression, you can substitute here m, here 0 means m minus 1. So these are all the generalized expression. So tangent, the base edge corner, this corner will be tangent to the surface. That is the point is people are trying to explain. Okay, so the another expression is also there. We will be knowing that A cross B will be the normal vector. In this case, dou P by dou U, that is P suffix U. Generally, we used to give notation for this one. Dou P by dou U is P suffix U. It will be a tangent vector. When you are moving along U, variation of tangent, when you are moving along U, that is what PU. Dou P by dou V is P suffix V. Okay, the cross product of these two will give you the normal vector. So these are all the characteristics which will define the shape of a surface. That is why we are looking into all such expressions. And we know that Bezier surface is given by this expression. This one I have shown it, the very initial slide I have shown this one. Now P and U, dou P by dou U, dou P by dou U cross dou P by dou V. It is, you can consider this as a one single expression. If you derivating with respect to U, other values has to be taken as constant. So this will be a constant because it is an expression of V. This is a control point. Pij is a control point. These two you can keep it as such. This Bernstein function should be taken partial derivative with respect to U, dou P by dou U. Okay, the summation remains same. I is equal to 0 to n, j is equal to 0 to m. Cross. Again, this expression will appear here. In this case, in order to distinguish another two more variables given, k is equal to 0 to n, l is equal to 0 to m. In this case, partial derivation is done with respect to v. Therefore, this term has to be taken partial derivative with respect to v. So if you look at it, bjm, pjm, dou of p jm, in place of j, it is written L because it is L. I mean, two more variable introduced. Actually, the same expression I and j, in order to distinguish, it is given here. So when you are giving indexing, while you are writing for loop, do while expression, it is better to have more number of variables, because again and again if you write nested if or nested for expression, your loop may get confused, you may not get a appropriate, I mean some redundancy may happen. Because of that, if you say this, it is 0 to n only, I is also varying 0 to n. It is for the purpose of writing program and all, it is written over here. Okay, so it is same as that of, so that is why here indexing is given L, means J, in place of J it is written L. Okay, so partial derivative is taken, and here Pin, this in place of I, K is used, therefore Kn it is written. Okay, so Ij KL is written. It is the same expression actually. For the sake of better understanding, in order to avoid ambiguity, two more expressions given here. K is equal to 0 to n, L is equal to 0 to m. It is same as that of I only. For the sake of indexing purpose, two more variables used. Okay, now if you take the terms out, what happens? It can be combined like this. So Pij cross Pkj. This is the actual cross product. You will be getting this expression right as such. This expression you can write as such. Actual cross product has to be done. Pij cross Pkj. This will be the expression for normal vector, because depending on the normal vector, the shape changes. That is why the normal vector we are discussing here. If you find out Pij cross Pkj will be 0 if I is equal to j. So if K is equal to I, L is equal to J, this expression is going to be 0. It is a well-known fact. Cross product of the same value will be 0. Similarly, if you Pij cross Pkj is equal to negative value of Pkj cross Pij. This also you might have studied in your school level. Okay, this is what the general expression. Okay, so what is the advantage of Bezier surfaces? You can generate any complex surface with a higher degree of flexibility you can design. If too much of flexibility is required, the order of the polynomial should be very high. Some instances, some cases, handling higher order expression or surface is very difficult. So how people are defining is, they are making a small patch, they are arranging it one by one, and they are maintaining the kind of what do you say, what is that, I just forgot about it, the kind of tangents, relationship between two C1 continuity, C0 continuity, velocity continuity, position continuity. So have lower order patch, what do you say, third order or second order patch, you arrange it in U direction and V direction. Whenever two batches joins, better to have C1 continuity, I mean velocity continuity. If higher order, you will have acceleration continuity also. So by that you can maintain lower order surfaces, I mean the surfaces generated with lower order curves. At the same time you can have higher flexibility also. So this is a very important point. Designed by piecing together smaller surface patches of lower degrees. Take small discretization, you can say small batches, and arrange them properly. In between two batches, better to have velocity connectivity or velocity or acceleration relationship. Okay, continuity we can have. Okay, it's a two example continuity, how it looks like. Z0 continuity means it's a position continuity. It will be like a straight line. Okay, so here one set of batch, this is another set of batch. In between you can have C1 continuity. C1 continuity, C2 continuity means C1 continuity means it is a little bit smoother than C0. If it is C2 continuity, it is very smooth when compared to C1. That is the point. Okay. So in a design environment, Bezier surface is superior to bicubic surfaces, what we have discussed in the last class, because in Bezier bicubic surfaces, you need to define the tangent vector with respect to U, tangent vector with respect to V, and twist vector. Dou U by, I mean dou P by dou U and dou P by dou V. Okay, twist vector, all such things are required. In this, for defining a Bezier surface, all such kinds are not required. This is advantage. Other than that, yeah, the major disadvantage of Bezier surface is it has got only global control, no local control. Okay, that is another disadvantage of the Bezier curve. Okay, so with this Bezier curve is over. So what we have discussed so far is the Bezier curve. What is Bezier curve? The expression for Bezier curve means u direction and v direction, both the direction you have to write Benson function and control point Pij, write two summations where j varies from 0 to m, I varies from 0 to n, expand it, you can write the relevant explanation. With that, your what do you say, Bezier curve will be over. Next one, B-spline surface. B-spline surface, it is just an extension of B-spline curve. Here, as I said, as we discussed earlier, whatever properties we have discussed for B-spline curve, all such properties are applicable to B-spline surface also. Here, since it is a two-dimensional entity, there are two summation will appear. I is equal to 0 to n along u direction, j vary from 0 to m along v direction, and Pij as usual similar to that of it is a control point. So these are all the coefficients, B-spline coefficients. It is along u, along v, along u, along v. Understand? So as I said, as we discussed earlier, the calculation of this coefficient is very difficult manually. Manual calculation is very, very difficult. So either you have to write a program, you have to calculate all such things. Okay, it is actually regressive in nature. So therefore this calculation is very difficult. If people in your exam, if you find write a short note on B-spline surface, better you can write anything, because the evaluator can also cannot generate. It is a computer dependent, computer generated surface. Okay, this expression we will be looking for. Other than that, the expression, this expression very similar to that of the previous one, B-spline curve. What is it? I is equal to 0 to n kept constant. Okay, and nik, this value is taken out because u is varying from 0 to n. This is taken out, and here wherever j is found, substitute j value as 0 initially, I 0, 0 L V plus this will be incremented I 1 1 like that. It is completely expanded. Okay, then I will be varying from 0 to n. You substitute, you will be getting this expression. So writing these two expression and writing whatever relevant information, B-spline curve, that will serve the purpose. What is the advantage of B-spline curve when compared to Bezier curve? It has got local control. You can have 10 number of control points, it doesn't matter. So how many number of control points need to influence the shape of the curve or shape of the surface, that you can determine. It has got a local control. It's a major advantage of B-spline surface. So here is also you can generate batches, n number of batches likewise, and you can have different kind of continuity, C0 continuity, C1 continuity, like that. So why we are going for small batches and then we are arranging it like that, in order to reduce the order of the surface. The order is high means computation, calculation, movement, everything will take more space, more time. So that to the extent possible, keep the order of the curve minimum. So third order will serve the maximum engineering application. Okay, so it is here, you can say these are all the data points you can have. It's a B-spline curve. This is a B-spline curve. This is a B-spline curve. These are all the control points. If you change the position of this one, probably this portion and this portion shape will be changing, not the entire one. That is, it has got a local control. It's a major advantage of B-spline surface. Okay. Okay, with this natural and analytical and synthetic surfaces over, I need another 2 more lectures to complete your unit 2. Thank you for attending the class.